in today's episode of Simulation Sunday. What we're actually gonna do, this is fun, this is fun, trust me. We're gonna extend our stop loss so we can reach 4%. No, we had a deal. Okay guys, welcome back to Simulation Sunday. Just like last week, we're going to try to get that 8%, pass that prop firm challenge, right? First of all, let's start off with the random date as always. So that's 4th of January. I don't really want to trade January, so we'll just start off with February on 2024. So we're going to do the 8% target again, just like last week. Okay, so just like last week, I think we actually did this piece of price action over here, if I'm not mistaken. We hit the monthly fair value gap, we dropped, we bottom out, and it looks like we're in a consolidation. So this current monthly candle is pushing up into this fair value gap. Looks like it's probably going to fill it up. Let's look at the weekly. Looks like it's rejecting after taking this list. This looks like kind of relative equal lows. I'm not convinced that we're reversing from equal lows. We don't have a weekly candle closure for me to say, okay, this is probably going to get respected because this weekly candle is still open. And you want to see a nice closure within the previous candle. Kind of gotta wait and to see how price develops here. So this is the start of the week is about to happen. So let's go to the 1 hour. Okay, so we're running higher at the start of the week, which is actually good. And this is a Asian session expansion already. So I kind of want to see it go a little bit deeper because if I mark up the premium and discount over here, we can go a little bit deeper in my opinion here because I kind of want to see price go here before we go higher. Go to the 4 hour. Yeah, there's also an FEG and an unbalanced piece of price action over here. So I definitely want to see low of the week get formed over here. So I want to see, like I said earlier, I want to see it run up a little bit higher. There's a big imbalance up here. I don't want to buy towards it. There's a lot of sell sides being engineered here. So I'd rather be in the actual move that's probably going to go lower. I think we skip Monday, see how the weekly candle behaves. I like to have DXY as a reference on the daily, see how the candles close and etc. So it's in a consolidation still, so this is not high probability for a daily bias. Let's skip this day as well. Oh, hallelujah. So yeah, it went higher as I wanted, but it didn't go back to discount of this range, which is fine. But now we have displacement and we're forming a new expansion leg, so now we have something to work with. So basically what we're going to do is use this range, most recent range, wait for a retracement, and then we'll look for a setup. Right, so this is the range we're working with currently, if it does not keep dropping, obviously. And this is the range because we purge this high and we have this OB here, even without going back to discount here. So we can start looking for an open high low close on Euro USD. So let's skip ahead a little bit. And relative equal lows, that's actually good. If it keeps this how it is, I want this really to move up higher. If it rejects, we'll look for an IFEG for continuation. Right, so we're getting very close. As soon as we go into premium, we have this daily fair value gap formed here as well on DXY. I think we should be good to go higher. I can do two things. I can straight up sell it in premium and then put a stop loss on the high to catch the weekly expansion. Or I wait for an IFEG. Not sure what to do yet. I think I'm going to wait for an IFEG. I think that's probably the smart play. Okay, we'll run pretty high up. This is why I want to wait, right? Because if I just sold straight up here, I would be in a big drawdown right now. Okay, we're kind of forming something. I wanna short, like I said earlier, if we have this IFEG, right? And then I can confirm that this is actually the high. Build up the entire fair value gap on the daily here. We're holding the fair value gap. That's why we wait for an IFEG, right? It's not guaranteed. We're going to go lower here. So we're still going to do the same thing. We're going to wait until this IFEG gets violated. Not the best closure for higher, but structure is not indicating it's going to go lower yet. It can run all these lows here, which means EU will go for the highs, but we're not looking for buys here. So this Friday's candle, let's see if we can break through it. Intermediate term high formed, which is good. I want to short this IFEG. I'm just going to put it on the long-term high. It's just barely a few pips difference. And we aim for 2R for our first trade setup, of course. 2% risk, as always, when you start off the challenge. And this would be our first setup. Let's see if we can get tagged and it can run. We get tagged here. It goes pretty high. Okay, so this was worth a shot in my opinion. But if this occurs, it's more likely than not, we're going to go bullish. Yeah, well, let's wait how Friday closes off. Trade is a loss, which is fine. Yeah, this definitely looks like it wants to go lower on DXY. We are respecting this 4-hour FEG right now. So what I'm basically going to do is as soon as a low gets purged, right? Because we should have ran lower if we're actually bearish. So we know this low is pretty strong. So what we can do is now find a long position, and this is very likely just to run higher. Everything lines up right now. So we switch up bias, right? Based on 4-hour structure here. because we actually print a low risk sell and it's expanding lower. So this looks pretty decent. Let's put in another order, 2%. We're only gonna go back to 1% once we're in like minus 4%, right? If we lose 2 trades in a row. Yeah, let's see what if we can get tagged here. Did we get tagged? Now we get tagged. Okay, so we're in the next daily candle. This is Tuesday. Still looks like it can go lower. This is just consolidation. So let's just hold the trade and see where it wants to deliver. Right, it's delivering higher as expected. And that is TP for our second trade. So now we're up 2%. We need a couple of more trades. And see how I switch my bias, right? When certain things happen which should push price lower. Often when I'm wrong and I get stopped out, the order flow is changing, right? Because I always keep shorting until I'm proven wrong, and then I flip my bias, right? So this was a very good setup, and we're actually going towards those lows as I outlined. Let's look at the daily, see what we want to do actually. We do have this fair value gap here, but we might just inverse it on DXY, right? And then we keep declining, because now there is no indication we want to go lower anymore. So we printed a low risk buy here on the 1H, which looks better on the 4 hour, honestly, right? And now we're in an expansion phase. First dealing range, low risk buy. Now the second dealing range is forming. So what I want to do is aim for these highs up here, because this now looks like the draw on liquidity, right? So there's a lot of room to move here. There's still 70-ish pips. All we got to do now, once we have a confirmed expansion phase on the daily, is look for discount of the most recent range. And then we're going to buy, and then we should be in a good trade. But this daily candle is done, so we got to skip it. Okay. I like this, that we're consolidating over here. I want to run this low for order pairing, right? This low, and then aim for this high, and obviously a lot higher, because I want to see this trade through it. We're still respecting it, but I don't think this is a good candle to find a reversal, because we're closing below the previous candle as well. So often you see if we reverse, we take out previous daily low again and then reverse, right? We can do two things again. We can wait and see an IFEG, or I can buy straight up. What I'm gonna do is buy straight up with lower risk below the low. We do have equal lows. Maybe I wanna wait here, because if these equal lows were not here, I would probably straight up buy. We could do half risk. No, we can do half risk. The 4As look pretty decent. Let's just do half risk, or keep aiming. Oh, exactly 2R, nice. We'll aim for 2R, and we'll do a half risk this time. And if there's an IFEG formed again, we're gonna scale in. Let's see if we can drop lower below that low. We get tagged. Okay, we inverse it, so I think we can scale in. So what we're gonna do another 1% on the IFEG. We're gonna put it a little bit below here, so we have some breathing room. I think this is fine. Yeah, because then we have some leeway with this fair value gap. And then again 2R, right? Yeah, so the initial one will extend towards the high. So that's 3.6% then instead of 2. And then the new one will do 2R, and we'll do 1% again. Okay, let's look at price, see what it does. We get tagged, right? Yeah, it's live, okay. We get tagged. Price starts to consolidate. Still looks pretty decent for higher. Okay, and we close off over here. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put the initial entry on break even, and I'm gonna trim my stop loss here. So now I could literally only lose 0.5%, right? Let me remove these indicators here so we can see the executions on the left or on the right, my bad. And we can see this daily candle is still reaching for the lower, and I think it will continue lower actually. Yeah, this low should not get revisited, it looks pretty strong. Let's look at the daily. If it goes bearish, it has to go through all this over here. I don't think that's very sensible. So we're just gonna hold on to our trade here. And if we hit TP this fast, by the way, we're done really fast. Like this is 2 and then 5.6, so we would be almost at target, I think. We're not gonna scale in because we already have 2% on, and we're just gonna let it run. Hopefully we don't get stopped out break even. Okay, this is a nice push up. Yeah, just let it run, I guess. Okay, that's first TP. So we're up 4%. We have 2.6% floating, so we need 1.4%. What we're actually gonna do, this is fun. This is fun, trust me. We're gonna extend our stop loss so we can reach 4%, which is over here. And that is challenge passed if we can hit it, obviously. And we'll do a little bit more so we don't miss out on profits because we need $4,007. Yeah, let's just let it move. And I'm going to actually do it like, I'm going to put it down here. No, let's just put it break even. I don't want to get wicked out for some reason and then it moves. We'll keep it on this low. It should not get revisited anyway if we're bearish. No. No, we had a deal. We had a deal. We did hit the OB here. Damn it, we had a deal. We should have taken everything here. Should I let it go back to break even? Or should we secure 1%? Let's secure 1%. We're not going to be greedy. We're going to aim for we're going to aim for another one. Let's see if I got stopped out break even if I didn't close. Yeah, this looks pretty much like it's going to run lower right now. Yeah, look at the daily candle closure. We're still within the daily fair value gap. However, I can't say right now we're gonna go bearish because we don't have a 4-hour low risk sell yet. Man, that's so unfortunate. Every time it's so close, right? Well, oh well. I missed out on 1%, so it's fine. I don't have a loss yet. Is this gonna be 100% win rate? So if I analyze again, we hit this level here, which is discount on the daily. This is what I initially was looking for before this push up. Remember, we did hit it right now. Let's look at the 4H. If we're kind of forming a signature of higher. But I'm not convinced yet, right? So we're just going to be patient and let's keep it on the daily time frame. If we get a strong closure above previous daily high, for example, it's very likely to run higher. I would ideally like that price runs up higher and then continue lower. Then we can pick up 1-hour IFVG again. That's what we're probably going to do. Okay, we did run higher. We're consolidating. Okay, this daily candle is absolutely trash. That's fine. It's an inside bar. So we kind of want to skip the next candle as well. Let's skip Monday. This is the only thing we can do. Okay, it's going bearish on the DXY. No indication of lower yet on EU. Okay, so if we're actually gonna go bullish, this is not. We would have been still in. We entered here. Is this actually gonna go higher still? It still looks like it wants to drop lower because we IFVG the daily here right now, and we did not close above previous daily high. We actually closed below previous daily low. Or not even, we didn't close below it. No, so it's kind of indecisive. I kind of need a little bit more. What I want to see, can we go below these lows and then form a displacement, then I would say I can buy again. We still can aim for these equal highs then. It definitely looks like it's setting up for higher. Okay, let's just wait and see what it does here. Okay, we ran lower, but not significantly. Now we ran lower. If we IFVG this one here, let's look at the 4H. Let's go through the time frames here. So yeah, we hit that 4-hour FVG. 1 hour is IFVGing right now, 4 hour on DXY. Took out the buy stops into the key level. Yeah, I'm not convinced for higher on DXY, so I think it's worth a shot. So what we're gonna do is just market execute here. Market execute, should we put it on the low? Should we give it a little bit more room? Can we squeeze out a 2R here? Should be higher, 2R, and we still need 3%, so I kind of need one more trade after this. Or I'm going for 1.5R. So low of the day, and low of the day should be set, honestly. Go just for the high, and we'll do 2% risk. Just to finish it off with a 1.5R. Yeah, I think that's worth. If we lose, though, we have to get 5% again. So we'll keep going then, obviously. All right, let's monitor the 15, though. Yeah, I don't want to get caught up in some liquidity purge and then it displays us again. Then we're going to exit early, like we did in the last simulation as well. Okay, let's see. So we're accumulating here. This is not a good sign. We're in discount. I really needed to push up from here. It's consolidating right now. This is not a good sign. Okay, we're gonna exit. This is not a good reaction, by the way. No, this is not a good reaction. Let's get out. Let's get out of here. let's get out of here. Okay, we'll try again. Okay, that's one loss, but it's not a full loss. It's like a half loss. We'll wait for more information. I don't like. I should have waited until it closed more significantly above. I think. Yeah, it would have been better. And now we're in a kind of an ordeal here because it looks very indecisive. Yeah, this 4 hours also look like continuation purge. Okay, let's give it some breathing room. Let's see what it does. Yeah, good thing I closed. Look at that. Look at that. Perfect management. Yeah, we need a retracement. I can't sell right where it is right now. That would make no sense at all. So I want to aim for all these lows down here. We're not bottoming out yet. We didn't go above midnight and Asia was an expansion. So it's kind of, I don't like that with daily profiles. And we're just dumping. Okay, I guess we're just dumping. That's fine as well. No retracement. Asia was expansion. London is expansion. Very difficult to find a setup then. But yeah, good closure nonetheless. We'll have displacement. We'll have something to work with later in the day. Yeah, the entire daily candle already expanded, so I'm not comfortable taking a trade right now. Yeah, I'm just gonna let it develop here. Yeah, see that? If you shorted here, you would have been shorting in discount as well after the daily candle expanded. That's the worst type of fair value gap, by the way, if you want to short. We got some schizophrenic price action right now, and we gotta deal with this, man. Oh, it's terrible. Okay, Thursday is daily. Look at what we gotta deal with again, right? Again, we're gonna deal with this kind of price action. We had some clear draws, but now it's kind of getting foggy where we want to go, right? I want to buy, I'm not gonna lie, but so bad. Price action is so bad. Still respecting a bearish fair value gap. We didn't close above it. So we did have the continuation purge, like I said earlier, and you can see the entire drop. But yeah, we missed the drop. Yeah, we just gotta let it develop. No rush. Okay, we actually took out previous session low and we're displacing away. So we could have an open low-high close on EU, which is actually favorable. So the next 4-hour candle is probably gonna be the play. This is an expansion, so what we're gonna do is no, this is a sell, we wanna buy. We're gonna ride the expansion, and the daily high is very likely to be set already, or daily low, and we're gonna aim for the highs, right? And we're basically trading the expansion phase on the 1 hour and the 4 hour. Because this 4 hours right now is going into an expansion phase after running previous 4-hour low. We're trading through this fair value gap, right? So most likely next 4 hours is gonna retrace and continue, and not go below all these lows down here. So this is the most sensible. So the most sensible approach what we can do here. And we're still aiming for the high. Okay, let's see if we can get tagged. If this pumps up without a lower wick, we're gonna be very sad. Okay, let's see. We can get tagged. Okay, we get tagged. Wow, okay, we get stopped out. Damn, this it's getting tougher and tougher right now, I'm not gonna lie. Okay, we gotta regroup. All right, you want to go bearish? What do you want to do? Look at this daily candle. What do you want to do, my friend? And this is part of trading, by the way. You're not gonna win every single trade, unfortunately. Yeah, so we have relative equal lows right now, and like I said earlier, when I get stopped out, typically order flow is changing. So what I'm gonna do is short the OB here, and I think it's worth to do over here, and this should be a high resistance high. We should continue higher with DXY, the way the candle purges the lows and closes higher up within the previous candle, leaving buy side intact. Okay, so again, we'll try again with 2%. We're not in drawdown, so we keep risking 2%. Okay, let's see if we can get tagged. We get tagged. Okay, it looks pretty dicey. Again, we get... I have no clue what's going on. I have no clue what's going on. We did take out the high. We did not take out the low. Right, so now we have SMT. Oh, this is kind of rough, guys. I'm not gonna lie. We're very close to passing, and now we're going back to break even. Well, we'll get there. We'll get there. And this is just to show you that I'm not cherry picking simulations. We're just gonna aim for whatever we need to reach until we reach it. And if we lose, then we lose, right? I gotta switch my bias once again. Are we now finally going lower on DXY? I think so. Yeah. So I'm gonna look for a New York continuation or higher. Do we need to retrace anywhere? It's kind of iffy because we took out previous session low, which is Asia low during London. We do CSD here, I think. Yeah. Yeah, so we're going to take the CSD OB for continuation during... How many pips is this? Otherwise, I'm just going to market execute here. It's only 2 pips, yeah. We're going to just market execute this. And we're actually going to run again. We're going to, again, aim for this high. So that's 2.5 R. And we're gonna hold for the high. I think it's finally ready to go. So do we want to do a 3R? Let's just try 1 3R because we had a big run before as well. So let's just try this. And let's do another 2%. This is a market execution, so we should just ready to rumble. All right, let's see if we can go higher. Almost got stopped out again. Holy shit. Yeah, this price action. Oh my lord. It's just absolutely terrible to trade. We're heading into Tuesday right now, so this was Monday's candle. Inside bar on the weekly. Excellent. Daily closure is very good for higher on EU, but on DXY it looks very lackluster. Yeah, this still looks like it closes above the set of down close candles. The only thing is we might get stopped out if it decides to run to the 4-hour effigy here. We do have a swing high formed on the 4-hour, so that's the only issue I'm having here. I think I'm just gonna I leave this open. If we take a loss, that's fine, but we're literally gonna buy again once we hit this level here. And if it runs higher, we'll have an opportunity to scale in. This is just crazy price action, guys. I'm not gonna lie. Bunch of equal lows. Oh, you guys are giving me the toughest fucking simulation today. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, we're gonna keep holding on to this one. I think this is 11 a.m. It's outside of trading hours. If we start to consolidate all the way up here, I think it's good to go. Daily starts to look a little bit better, but the Asia expansion already took out previous daily high on EU, or already took out previous daily high and almost previous daily low. But this looks like it's ready to expand. Man, this is one difficult simulation. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, we'll get there. We'll get there. Trading is not an easy profession by far. Yeah, let's just let this run. Maybe we'll scale in. No, I'll just let it run. Okay. Should we just take it here? I think we should, right? We'll just take it here. Okay, so we're up 5.5%. Now we still need to close this thing. Now we only need 2.5%. So we're almost there. We're almost there. We'll finally hit the target. And there should be more, honestly. This fair value gap would have been a nice scale in, but it's very close to target anyway. This looks like accumulation to continue higher. This is again, IFEG is the play here. Let's see, how long are we? We're 37 minutes in, so not that long even. The last one was like over an hour long. Yeah, let's try to get this last 2.5%. We're gonna do 1% actually with the next trade. Let's London develop a little bit. We're running lower. I like this closure. Can we get a CSD? No, no CSD. Okay, good. We didn't get a CSD, otherwise I would have bought a CSD OB here again. No FEG, IFEG to work with. This is way too small of an FEG to be significant. We might see a retracement on the daily. Probably it's going to leave a fair value gap behind. Yeah, there's probably going to be a fair value gap left behind, and that's going to be used for continuation. Wow. Okay. Look at this. This is kind of insane. Just leaves this and then does this. I think we're going to skip this day. This day is kind of crazy. Yeah, we're just gonna wait for a retracement here. This price is already gone. Okay, back in. This is Friday. Probably gonna be a retracement, and I don't want to trade the retracement, so probably skip Friday. The draw was very correct, but we had to sit through all this. This is kind of difficult. This is where accounts get blown, by the way, if you're not adhering to proper risk management. So if you're firing away like 5 trades a day, your account is gone in this price action. So hopefully that's a good takeaway from this simulation as well, that we can actually manage our risk more properly. Now we do have these equal lows here. An actual target. If we form a failure swing up here and then decline, we can aim for that low. Can we run higher and then this plays lower? Yes, we did. Okay, so we consolidated, expanded. So it's very likely to go to this daily fair value gap, because that one is actually in premium of the last range it formed, right? Let's look at the 4H. Forming a failure swing here. So what we can do is a 4-hour play. It's this 4-hour FEG. And put our stop here. I don't think it should exceed that. We want to kind of do a 2.5 R on 1%, and then we're done. So we're gonna input an order here, limit. This is a higher time frame play, right? We're leaving a fair value gap behind here as well. I'm putting it all the way up here so we don't get wicked out on a purge here. Maybe there's SMT. We don't know yet. Did we get tagged? We did not get tagged yet. Now we get tagged. See if we can run lower. We are running lower. Do we want? I'm kind of worried about this fair value gap, but in the sense of this context, it might. Let's look at the 15. Okay, let's keep an eye on the 15. If it closes unfavorable, okay, let me remove this. If it starts to close all the way up here, we're probably going to exit early. There's no real sponsorship to the upside though, so I don't think it's what we're gonna do. We're still sitting in this bearish FEG. 1 hour is dying right now, like it's the dying in sort of volume, right? There's no volume, so it's kind of laying dead, not doing much. This closure is not confirming lower yet, but this next daily candle is gonna give us a lot of information. So we're gonna go to the 15 again. They're building up so much sell side here, so let's see what it does. Okay, I don't like this. Look at the 1H. Yeah, I don't like this at all. We're gonna exit early. Only minus 0.3%. It's a very low amount to lose. Let's wait for this structure on the 1 hour, and then we can confirm if this fair value gap is actually holding, and we're not gonna go to this one. Then we have a breakaway gap, and that's a lot of information, because then we can actually run for all the low down there. Yeah. Okay, so we're confirming right now that we don't want to run lower. Closure, it's kind of, the closure is not below previous daily low, so I don't like that. Man, can we get some, I just want a couple of daily candles in a row that are pretty solid. We're not getting them, but we'll manage. We wait for more information. It's the only play. Yeah, good thing that we didn't buy. Based on the candle closure, like I said earlier, it was not indicating it wants to run lower straight up, so that's good that we waited. We're expanding lower right now. I don't think we can get in. It's already almost to the lows as well, so the next day is Friday. Yeah, so the weekly candle is probably done. We're gonna run the lows here. Can we have a retracement? Let me just mark out the premium and discount, so we might, because the equal lows are still intact, so if we run into premium, this fair value gap with the breaker, this low, I think we can put in an order and aim for 2R, exactly the low. And let's place an order, and let's do 1500, because then we have exactly account pass, so we do 1.5% risk instead of 1 or 2. If we get tagged in the drops, that's good. And if it runs the low before I get tagged, then we'll remove the limit. This is Monday. Okay, we'll run the low. Okay, we're gonna remove the limit here, unfortunately. But yeah, that was the draw, and now we have to wait how this daily candle closes. Closes pretty high up, so there's gonna be a continuation lower. Look at the 4H. Where do we want to position ourselves? This high should stay intact, so if we can use this range. This should be a high resistance high. Wait for an IFEG if we retrace, and we'll use that. We don't retrace. It's expansion into consolidation into another expansion, which is uncatchable, unfortunately. But we're leaving imbalances behind, so this should just be a continuation, and we can actually use this one. And this high should stay intact. So what we're gonna do, again, short the fair value gap, stop loss on this high. We'll aim for 2R. We look at the different time frames. Got a bunch of lows here as well, so there's plenty of room. Place an order, again, 1.5%, so we can finish off the challenge here. Get tagged here. Ooh, I don't like the closure. Yeah, we run pretty deep. Well, it depends on this 4-hour candle. This can still drop, honestly, but yeah, we'll just keep it open. If it's a loss, it's a loss. Four hours still closing within the fair value gap, so taking out previous daily highs doesn't seem likely still. It can obviously do it. We'll just leave this open and see what the result is. Okay. Looked unlikely, and I'm glad I followed my intuition. And let's see if we can finish off the challenge here. Yes. Yes. Why don't we just leave equal highs? Or equal lows? Hallelujah, man. Okay. We'll get there. We'll get there. We'll get there. Okay, this is very unlikely to retrace. This is a big expansion. What we can do is go kind of counter trend, but we're in a key level here on the daily, and we can, if we IFEG this one, we can look for discount and maybe even hold it towards the lows, because we do have engineered equal lows, right? So what we can do, if we IFEG this, I'm going to short it. Okay, yeah, it did IFEG it, but are we going to retrace? Okay, we might. We'll do a fair value gap entry. The high should be confirmed here, and it's almost 3R towards the low. We need 4.5%. So if we do a 2R with 2% is 4%, and then we need like a quarter. Let's do, I think this, yeah, this should be the proper math. Let's do 2% sell limit, and we're basing this off a key level on the daily time frame. All right, let's give it another go. Here we get tagged. It actually hit the IFG. Look, perfect. We did it. It took a little bit, but we didn't hit this screen last week. This is kind of cool. Let's see what we get. Wow, amazing. All right, we hit profit target. Let's go to the analytics real quick because we didn't do that last time. And we had a little bit of ups and downs, but overall, we took 11 trades. And with only 45% win rate, we still passed the challenge. And yeah, we hit profit target, guys. Once again, this was a little bit more of a difficult simulation this week, but it shows the reality of trading, that it's not all winners, as you see on social media. And I will catch you guys Wednesday in a new episode, and Sunday will be another simulation session. So thank you for joining. Make sure to subscribe and like, of course, if you made it to the end. And I will catch you guys later.